up, people? It's your boy Usmaan back again with another Manchester United podcast, episode 52, with a fire lineup for you people. You'll love to see it. As you can see from the title, has United stalled under Oli before? You get your hate in the chat. Don't worry, we're going to give a balanced review of the situation. As always, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. All the boys' links are down below. If you don't already know their faces, you must be hiding under a rock. But nonetheless, go and subscribe to their channels. But without further ado, with Black James Bond, a.k.a. Iniesta 3 in midfield. We got the homie Kojo in the building. What you saying, brother?
I'm good, man. Just feeling a lot fresh. It's a nice weekend, so teams are bottling. But we're here doing our things. I'm good, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm not bad. Obviously, compared to yourself, I don't like flipping you back up, but we'll move. It's so good. We got the homie from United Team Talk, regular on the platform. We got Jerry in the building. What you saying, bro?
Yeah, like I said before, man, seeing Everton lose, Chelsea lose is somewhat a positive feeling, but the team we support can just break our hearts once again. So, we'll cross that bridge when we get to the tour. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this still, man. Let's go.
Yes, you love to see, and the man below me, Clone 52, episode 52. We got the homie from Sarcasm City. We got the homie Flawless. What you saying, bro?
Yo, energy. I'm liking this intro still and that. I might have to click that. Energy is on point with the intro and that. Much appreciated. And I have to salute you as well because I haven't been here since you touched 1K. So congrats to you. You get what I'm saying? And that the work you've been putting in thoroughly deserves. So when I seen you get to 1K, man, was genuinely happy for you in it. So you lot keep hitting the subscribe button and love for having me as always, man. Much appreciated for the invitation.
Pleasure and thank you, bro, man. That, I appreciate that coming from someone like yourself. And last but not least, we got the leader of the resistance. We got the homie Midnight Vibes FC. You love to see it. We got the homie, the building KJ. What you say, bro?
I'm good, man. Yo, listen, you see this is my eye patch, KJ Fury and that right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, listen, these pagans, bro. But other than that, I'm good, fam. I'm good. I don't know about you guys, but yo, listen, I got other things to worry about than Man United ruining my weekend and that. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely, bro. Absolutely. 100% always bigger things in life. But nonetheless, it is a football podcast, so we will discuss that ruining our weekend. It is what it is. But listen, we got to get into it. We left Cage at the end for a reason. If you don't know, the leader of the resistance, which in particular is against the Wallads, as you would say, against the board. Gage, I'm going to pass it to you. We had a chat, on the social platform, on Twitter. You can go and see if you wish to do so, regarding a potential boycott. Just to give you a premise of the chat, I personally think is irrelevant to talk about because it'll never happen. I remember, I don't know if it was a couple of years ago, Saeed, obviously, a.k.a. the realist or whatever you guys know him as. I just know him as Saeed. Saeed TV, actually. Now he's changed his name.
Saeed TV, man. The big boy rebranding that.
Shout out to him. I remember he went to a protest with Aaron a couple of years ago. A man vlogged it. There was about 10 people there. After, if Saeed watches, I'm sure he'll agree. So many people were talking about, let's go do this protest. Glazers out, walk out, X, Y, and Z. It never happened. And that's why my energy isn't as much for the board, because I don't feel like it'll ever make a difference. So, KJ, with that being said, I'm going to pass it to you, bro. What are your thoughts?
So, I get where you come from in that sense, but my thing is always this: you see those glazers, yeah. I call them pagans, because that's what they are. They're pagans, bro. Like bun them, man. And that Wallad, yeah, their little puppet, the real puppet, the real Wallad here is that Woodward geezer, innit? My man has ruined our club from top to bottom ever since he came into this club, fam. But yeah, so I understand why people would feel like, but we tried something before and it didn't kick off. My thing is this: if you feel like you've got the power to make a change in the managerial position, then you have the same power to make a change in Manchester United Football Club. And that's how I view it. And I see it as this: we need to start individuals need to start taking responsibility for how we want to move and how we want to act and how we want to make change in this football club. Because what happens is, you ask someone, what should we do to get the Glazers out or the Glazers to change? You say a solution, and people always come back with, that's too hard, and I don't see other people doing it, so why should? Yeah. So where would we start then? If all we're doing is looking at each other, nothing ever gets started. So this is why I'm calling people. I'm saying, do what we can as individuals first, and then what will happen is, as more individual people start making those changes, hopefully it kicks on, and then as a collective, there's more of a togetherness in terms of I'm making this individual choice, so are you. Let's come together, let's make it bigger. So it's just simple things, really. For me, it's like I understand why people don't like Ali. I understand why people don't want him in the club. I've gotten past all that. I don't care. If you think he's the worst manager ever, good for you, innit? If you think he's the best manager ever, good for you, innit? All that is a distraction. Everything other than the Glazers and that Wallad are distractions. So if you don't like Paul Pogba, if you love Paul Pogba, Pogba distraction. Bruno distraction. Rashford, Martial, Oli, Greenwood, Diallo. Every man in the team and in the playing staff are all distractions away from the actual issue. And that's all I care about right now. So when you see me on match reactions, yes, I'll talk about the game as a one-off thing. But when it comes down to the root issues at Manchester United, when it comes down to the root problems at Manchester United, all those things lead back to the source, which is the board and that Wallad fam. Every single time. Because they've been failing longer than Oli. So if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer deserves to lose his job because he's been failing for some people's eyes for too long, which is 2.5 years, then that board and that Wallad have been failing for longer and therefore don't need to be there. So people ask, what do I propose? There's one of two solutions that I have in my head, or two ideas I have in my head. One, which is boycott everything. So when we're allowed back into Old Trafford, no one go, fam. No one go back. Don't go back. Imagine that, bro. Everyone.
Listen, I can't imagine that. That's the issue. I can't imagine that.
I know, but this is what I mean, fam. Like, imagine this, yeah. You go on to whenever we're allowed back into stadiums. Super Sunday, Super Saturday. Yes, you see Brighton Stadium full. You see Arsenal Stadium full. You see all these teams stadium full. Which is the only stadium not full?
Man City.
Manchester United.
Man City.
Yeah, Man City. Definitely Man City.
I like that one. Yeah,
that's good.
But when you see Old Trafford empty,
Glazers are here. There's a statement. Glazers.
Glazers out. All right, yeah, Glazers out. My brother, fam, he comes on to the football tales as well. So yeah, if we don't go back, that's a shot message, because you think, oh, everyone's dying to come back to the stadium. Everyone wants to be back there. Don't go back. That superstore, I don't want to see a single person ever go in there again. That website better get no clicks. You know what I'm saying? Stop buying the merch. From kits, from training kits to freaking mugs, calendars, bruv. Whatever, if it has a Manchester United logo on it, bun it off, fam. None of that. They're sponsors. You see Chevrolet, if you need a new car, bun Chevrolet. Go get Volkswagen. Go get something else other than Chevrolet. Whatever the noodles is. If it's Super Noodle sponsor, bun Super Noodles. Go get some other kind of noodles, fam.
Pot noodle.
Some Indomie.
Pot noodle. Yeah, listen there. Get whatever you can. If their sponsors Doritos, you get Walkers, fam. You know what I'm saying? We need to make sure that these men don't get no more money from us, because when we don't give them money, their sponsors will be like, wait, we give you all these P's for what? For no more investment than we normally get. All right, cool. Withdraw my money. And when they're losing money, that's when they care the most. So then you got boycott everything. That's one thing in my head. Or you got everything.
Go on.
Boycott everything, bro. Or you got the other thing. Okay, people want to go back to Old Trafford. Cool, innit? Cool. Every home game, invade the pitch. They can stop one invader. They can stop two invaders. They can't stop 1,000 invaders, bro.
Nah,
I don't care.
KJ's on there. They might be able to stop one of us, but they can't stop us all.
They can't stop us all. No, there's so many stewards. But it is what I'm saying. The reason why walkouts don't work, because you've already paid. You've already paid to go in. So they don't care if you walk out. But if you sacrifice the team's points, if you make it so that we lose points with every home game because we're too busy on the pitch there, we will not be moved, fam, until you guys are gone, until you guys make change, until you guys stop using us to milk us to make money for anywhere else, they will care. There are two extremes, but without those extremes, this is generational bondage. I don't think people understand. These guys will give it to their kids. they will give it to their kids. It's already happened. The first glazer, he passed away. May he rest in peace. Gave it to his sons. What do you think they're going to do? Give it to their children. What do you think they're going to do? Give it to their children. And until there's something different about this football club, until they're gone, or they change their ways and actually care about football, which they never will, we're doomed. We are doomed. We are doomed because we are not built for success, long-term success, which is what I want from Manchester United. Short-term success is great. FA Cup, Europa League, that's nice. But when it comes to pushing on to become the best team, not only in England, but in the world, these men don't want that. Because the difference between first and fourth, there isn't one. It's the same thing to them. They're just happy with top four. So we need to do something. I believe that boycotting or do the extreme of invading the pitch when we play are the two. Those are the two answers I got for you, fam.
Let's get some of the other guys' thoughts. And obviously, just to come back to what you said towards the start is the snowball effect, which is what you kind of referred to in terms of, one person starts something, another person sees it, then obviously, hopefully it builds to something bigger. I've got quite a lot of comments here, supporting what you're saying. Very good idea, bro. United fans don't want to do the hard work, bro. If you don't act quick, we'll end up like Arsenal. Honestly,
no, we are Arsenal. I don't think you understand. Yeah, we are already Arsenal.
We're Arsenal under Wenger.
We ain't Arsenal.
We're Arsenal with money.
No, because Arsenal are the bar for banter in it. Like, no matter how bad it is, it gets at your club. You look at Arsenal and you go, it could be worse than that. They always make me feel better about myself.
I get that in that
all
sense,
the time.
Yes, we're not Arsenal in that sense. But in terms of our owners not caring where we finish and only caring about top four and not investing, we're basically Arsenal with money. Like, it's just the thing. That's all it is in my opinion.
At least we can floss in it. I get your point with us being Arsenal with money, but they would kill to be Arsenal would kill to be Arsenal with money. They would kill to have money in there. Arsenal would kill to be. They'd kill right now to be in the top 8. These men are 10th. People are not peeping that. These men are 10th, and the thing is, it's not even like it's undeserved. If you look at their team, it probably is. You can argue it is the 10th best team in the league. They're definitely not top 6. I don't think they're better than Everton. I don't think they're better than Leicester. That puts them in 8th.
I personally think they are better than Everton. But, let's come back to the topic of boycott. I want to get everyone's thoughts on this. Obviously, KJ has dropped his 2 points there. I'm just going to pass it to you guys to hear what you lot have to say first and foremost. So, Kojo will come to you first and foremost. You listen to what he's got to say. What are your thoughts on the matter? Do you think it's viable? Do you think it's realistic? Do you think it's something that could potentially, snowball, so to speak, into a bigger thing?
I think what KJ is saying is we need to go to the extreme. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, to be honest. I think that's fine. I think the issue is, as people are saying in the chat, some fans won't do it. You know what I mean? But if we go to the extreme, look, I think a lot of people, and I think it'll be kind of silly to think that United haven't received bids for a buyout in the past. I think we all know that people with big money want to buy Manchester United Football Club, but the Glazers have that as their cash cow, so they don't need to do that. But if we go to the extreme and we do all these things that KJ is talking about, it would rattle United differently. Imagine Old Trafford, 70,000 strong, 75,000 strong now. Yeah, they increased it. 75,000 strong now. No one in attendance, even after lockdown. That would rattle anybody. Even me, I'll be watching at home and be like, okay, I knew this was going to happen, but what? There's not even one person. That's a mad thing. So sometimes you might have to go to the extreme. That could be a solution.
You said that. I personally can't see how that's even possible. I've got to be honest. Like, in terms of the fan situation, like how that many fans would even run to pitch, how many fans would not turn up for a game. Don't get me wrong, you can definitely have somewhat a protest outside the stadium prior to the game or after the game, or even like if you want to go full Arsenal and put a plane over the top of the stadium during game, then by all means go for it. But Jerry, what are your thoughts? Obviously, you heard what the guys have got to say there. We've got comments here saying fans won't boycott because they're full of themselves and think it's personality trait to have an ancient mindset.
Man is not having it, Man is not having it. He's not trying to hear it. Because that's militant. That is militant.
He's not having it at all. Jerry, what do you reckon, bro?
I think KJ said it. Did you say generational bondage?
Yes, bro.
That you see that statement? That's facts because, like, I see your comment here. That man went to Woodward's house and the club they didn't even blink.
Yeah.
Like, it's we're finished. Like, I think we are the peasants, and they're gonna win every time. They're not going anywhere. We can not go to the ground, and somehow, some way, they're going to win. So for me, I know the long-term success. That's what I want, but I don't see that ever coming back to United. Unfortunately, that we're gonna have to be one of those teams that win the league one year and then the next year, we would just and then fall off and then come back again because
next year will be a Liverpool, basically. That's what
Liverpool. Yeah, I didn't want to stab them too much, but
Raw, what do you mean? What
do you mean?
I'm taking it.
No, treat them. It's Liverpool, man. Jerry, treat them like a car battery, man. Jumping when they dead. You know what I'm saying? And that. You know what I'm saying? And that. We gotta jump them when they dead. And that. This is Liverpool.
I like that. I like that.
You know what I mean? Hey, everyone's coming with bars. I need to think of some shit.
Yeah,
that's not even mine. I heard that from a bar rapper. I can't even lie, but we running it. We move.
Nah, we'll take it. It's yours.
Yeah, man. I think. Yeah, man. I think we're finished. We're stuck. We're stuck with them. Like the only thing, obviously, people go to the manager and stuff, but the manager ain't the problem. Like we can change managers. It's going to be the same thing. We've done it with Moyes, LVG, Jose. Then they go and get this new structure. Just to then the next day the Glazers are selling shares. They're playing with us and we're just there like, oh man, this is
it sounds like you've given up. This guy in the comments, it's your boy, one of your, I think it was KJ's boy.
Miracles.
We need his cheer. He gives us loads of good reasons, and then at the end he's like, we need a miracle.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, dude, that's what it is.
That's true.
If what we try, if we tried and it didn't work, I would be on my knees praying. You know what I mean? Just praying, bro.
What about this
one? But I want to try at least.
We need some Italian ultras.
You know what? The thing is, we got hoolies though. United have hooligans. We have hoolies.
Oh yeah.
Then the ones I'm speaking to when I say don't go back. Do not go back to Old Trafford. You see, you top Reds, I'm looking at you, man. You're part of the problem as well. Don't go back to your beloved Old Trafford. I know it's your church. No church no more. Stop going. Flip me, man.
This is the thing. Like, the point I was going to make is regarding from what I'm aware of, if you miss that 1 or 2 games of the season ticket, you lose your ticket, don't you? Like,
is it?
Yeah, if you lose that 2 games, but you leave your 2 games. If you don't fill the seats 2 games on the bounce or something.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
And if Rosa Parks didn't sit at the back of the bus, she would have got. What did she choose? What did she choose? She chose violence, my brother. She chose sacrifice. So
you know what? KJ. Here's adding into that point though that you're talking about Rosa Parks and the whole boycotting the bus company and that worked because everybody was on it. If two black people back then was like, nah, we don't want to walk. That's not working. Everybody was on board. The issue that we have with Manchester United is all our fans ain't on the same page. There's no leader. Who do we listen to? Who's the go-to? Everyone thinks that their idea is the best. This is why what you're saying in theory is fine. I'm with it. If everybody turned around and said, we're boycotting, I'm there. I'm with it. But everyone's not on it. So
there's no unity in this fan base.
There's no unity.
It's so divided.
No
Our
unity.
fan base is one of the most divided fan bases because there's so much going on with obviously the Oli situation. Some people. There's actually people that I know that constantly defend their Glazers or the board. Obviously, I'm not going to name them people, but because I have to go back and forth. Yeah, I know you're looking at me like what. But trust me,
slap the man from
me.
But the point I'm making is in terms of what Flores just said there, and what I said right at the start of the podcast with Saeed and that. Saeed went to the so-called protest. Like you can ask him. Like he went to that protest and there was nobody there.
There was
and I remember speaking to him because he vlogged at the time, and he was like, "Yo, I couldn't even put that vlog up or something." Like, it was that embarrassing. There was nobody there. So like, I hear you, and my next question is, and I'll come to you, KJ. In terms of, I think my brother put in the chat earlier. In terms of YouTubers, I suppose that's us now. The influence that we got is small, or in some cases large. How important is it people like that come together? Because to be fair, let's just give a hypothetical. Let's just say all of us on our own platforms. Then we've got a couple of the United fans on their platforms. you know, we could potentially build somewhat of a snowball then if everyone was, you know, even if we started the movement, so to speak, in that sense. But the thing is, who is going to be up for starting it, and are people going to actually put in the hard miles? Because it's one thing saying it, as we know, actions. It's about the actions, man. You can talk a big game, but are people going to deliver? But so, do you think that influencers will actually step up and actually get involved?
They have to. They have to. Otherwise, what's the point? I see certain people on their platforms who complain about the Glazers, but yet won't call for action. It makes no sense. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it makes no sense. Like, you've got some of these guys have big enough platforms to say to United fans, because some of them got 1 million subs, some of them have 500,000, some of them have 250. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've got numbers. If all of them are saying, guys, this is what we're doing, I don't care that we've got beef with X man. I don't care that we don't get along with this guy. We are coming together to stop this from happening. You'll see change. But everyone's too busy. Everyone's too busy trying to be like, it's okay to be a fan if you support the Glazers. Shut up, bruv. I don't care, bruv. No, man. We need to stop doing this. Stop making excuses for everyone to be lazy, bruv. It makes no sense. Like, I know some of them have got connection to ex-players. Some of them got connection to people in the club. Bun that. You know what I mean? Who cares? If you still want connections with the club, come out and say that you love the Glazers, innit? Then I can be like, cool, you're not going to be involved. Don't be sitting there complaining about the Glazers, but then getting buddy with someone from the club. Getting buddy with an ex-player. Because what them ex-players doing? They're not saying nothing.
But you know what the problem is with that, even with, and this is where the divide is caused, if we get the Glazers, say for instance we do that, we get the Glazers out, a lot of this fan base genuinely think this manager's good enough, and then that causes divide.
Yeah,
that causes a lot of divide. If we get the Glazers out and a new board comes in, that's another thing who takes over. Because I think everyone will have their own ideas on that. DOF, everyone will have their own ideas on that. But I've said this before, even if we had the perfect owners, a fantastic board, the structure was spot on, I still don't want this manager in charge.
And you know
I
what?
don't think he's good enough.
And that's perfectly fine. I personally, if everything was in place, the owners, the DOF, the structure, if everything's in place and people argue about the manager, to me, that's cool, isn't it? That is cool, that's fine. Because we have the structure to rectify that and sort it out. We have the structure to go, actually, we made this mistake, let me fix that, bring this guy in, bring these players in for him, and then boom.
Board then, innit? Like, for example, like you just said, if you have a perfect board, hypothetically speaking, and the manager's not doing his job, well, then that's on the board to obviously, you know, replace with someone that is going to come in. And if you have the perfect board, they'll have that ambition of the fans, which is to get us back to where we belong. I.e., when you look at Abramovich for Chelsea, for example, like, imagine he was our owner, for example, he would have set up for Ali. He'd be like,
so I mean,
so that's what it is. That's what it comes down to.
For me, is the people who want Ali out. If you're an Ali outer or you just don't like Ali and you want him gone, I'm cool with it. I don't care. But the people you should be going after how long it's been, is the people keeping him in his job and thinking this is okay. After a while, someone being crap at their job can only last so long by being in their fault. Why are they keeping him in their job if he's crap? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is what I don't get from some Ali hours. I don't get. Like, I understand you guys on here who are not fans of Ali still say, you know, the board are the issue. They are the ones keeping him here.
Yo, they the Thanos in it, but Ollie's just the low key. Yeah. But we still have to go through the minions in it. We still have to get to end to go to the end game. We have to go through the first Avengers.
But the thing is, look how many minions. Look how many minions we've gone through. We've gone through the Moyes. We've gone through the Van Gaal. We've gone through the Mourinho. We're going through Ollie. We're going through how many freaking players they've gone. The foot soldiers. How many? My question is, how many more do we have to do? How do we have to face before we actually? Why are we dealing with these distractions? Let's make a plan to go out for their head.
The reason I get your point. The reason why I don't think it's a total distraction, because you mentioned that they're foot soldiers. I actually like the squad we have. Is it the perfect squad? No. Does it need improvements? Yes. Is the current manager getting the most out of the squad he has? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's my biggest issue. Yeah, one sec. I'm gonna let you go. That's my biggest issue is do you have the perfect resources? No. But still get more out of it. He doesn't have the perfect resources now, but we're unbeaten away from home in however long for a reason. There's some talent there. Clearly, there's talent there. The results we get, you don't beat Pep 4 times or however many it is with no talented players, and that's not an accident. I know before you lot take it out of context. I'm not saying Ollie's better than Pep. I'm just saying there's something there to work with. That's all. Go on, Jerry.
Yeah, with the you said Abramovich with the. I'm sure he only sacks managers when they're not in the top 4. Am I getting that wrong, or is that?
No,
I think.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He wasn't in the top 4.
He said, you know, he's. Yeah, he sacked. You know what he did? No.
Once they're not in the top 4, that's when they go.
You know what it was? No. You know what it was?
They was about to sack Sarri before he actually got the Juve job. They was going to sack him, man. He came third.
That's an exception. Yeah.
You know why? You know why they sacked? The reason why they sacked Lampard is because Arsenal became level on points with him. And he was like, "Yeah, fuck this." I'm being deadly serious. I'm not even bantering. They became level on points, and Roman said, "Nah."
That was the final name.
Yeah, he was like, "Nah."
Yeah,
level on points with Arsenal.
Back to Ollie, yeah. Like, I know we get it. I'm not Ollie's biggest fan. You guys know, but when we look at his tenure at the club. Ultimately, we want to play better football. I get it, but when you look at it's a results-driven business, isn't it? And his first full season, he came third. This season, he's currently second. So it's like I don't know how to say it. He's not doing bad, as in we're in turmoil. Like you guys said, we could be Arsenal in it. But
he's giving them what they want.
No, we're not.
He's giving the board what they want. If you get to the Champions League, you make their money. And they are in a position where and he can personally look at you and say, look, all right, listen, I finished third. I was a crazy amount of points behind Liverpool and City. And then this year, yes, City are obviously ahead of us, but we have beaten them again, and we are clear of Liverpool right now. So he could use that and also say, look, I'm doing what I can with this team also. So it's a double-edged sword, because with Ole, it's like, I think when we discuss Ole out, and the reason why we get frustrated is because, yes, I don't think any of us sit here think that United should win the league. But at the same time, when you look at some of the results, some of those games, we're looking at like
awful results. We only let it slide because it's Ollie. Because if Mourinho or Van Gaal went 5 hours without creating a single big chance and scoring the ball, we're up in arms. But because it's Ollie, we let it slide. Like, nah, I'm not like that. We mentioned Mourinho. Mourinho won 2 trophies and finished second, and eventually I wanted him out. Even though we're not the best, I still strive for Manchester United to be the best.
I get it. This is what I mean, and this is what happens. You see what happens already? We're already talking about Ollie. This is what I'm saying. We're all freaking insane.
The thing is, though,
this is supposed to be about the Glazers, and we're talking about Ollie.
I think it's about them all. I disagree with that. I think it's about them all. They're all issues in that. Because we've been successful under the Glazers. They took over. Yeah, go on.
Flawless. If the pagans weren't here, Ollie wouldn't be here either, because they got the new overall standards. He wouldn't be here.
You know what? You know about the captain of good vibes, yeah? It's when he comes close to the camera, I know he's serious.
and this guy lifted up his. I seen a clip of you. No, not a clip. A picture of you lifting it up to the camera. What is going on there?
On their neck.
This guy, just make sure when you do that, you cream your feet. Yeah, Coco.
No.
Just making sure.
They don't deserve nice pedicured feet. Moisturized feet. They don't deserve that. Crusty foot on their neck. That's what they deserve. Unpedicured foot them. Foot bottom dry. That's what they deserve. But a nice foot on their neck.
But I'm with you on that. Like, if a new board's in, Ollie's not in the job, but that still doesn't stand by the fact that I still want him out alongside the Glazers and that.
Wait. How does that not stand by that? You can. I've said this. You can want Ollie out.
Yes.
And want the Glazers out. I've never said you can't.
Yeah.
My thing is this: you should want the Glazers out more than you want Ollie out. That's all it is.
I want them all out.
Listen,
I want them all gone. Press the reset button. There's no level to this.
What are you doing then?
To what? To get Glazers up? I can't do nothing to get them out. All I can do is talk about it on these platforms. I can't do anything else. I don't wield that much power.
Do you still buy the merch?
No, I don't buy the merch. I've never been a big merch buyer.
Cool. Do you buy Chevrolet?
Nah, I don't buy Chevrolet. I got a license.
So you are doing things, but the more people say, but I'm not doing anything, the more people start to get lazy. The others start to get lazy.
The thing is, I think that until like I said, we need a leader we all listen to, and that's not going to happen. Our fan base is too worldwide, innit? Exactly. There's certain people in certain parts of. There's people in Manchester, not even certain parts of the country. People in Manchester who believe Glazers are decent, who believe Ollie's decent. You're never going to get a universal approach.
Exactly.
We could get relegated with Ollie, and people are still going to back him. Our football is awful with him, and that's nothing to do. And I'm not defending the Glazers.
You know what? Yeah,
that's nothing to do with the Glazers. Our results in football is nothing to do with the Glazers. Bear in mind, they took her over in 05. Yes, we had Fergie. He's the GOAT. We've won every trophy since 2005. So you can be successful with them. Can you have long-term sustained success? Absolutely not.
But the thing is, you know what the major difference is there, though, Flawless? David Gill, my brother.
Yeah, David Gill was involved.
He was there. Ever since Woodward has been in his position, we've been crap.
We got Darren Fletcher and that other David.
That's not good. But what I'm saying is, all I'm saying is, I understand we're not in the best possible position. All I want is for us to use our resources to the max, and we are not doing that. This is why I'm critical. You know what I'm saying? I don't see the Glazers and Woodward making mistakes week in, week out. The reason why people mention Ollie, because we see him making errors on a weekly basis.
Making mistakes week in, week out by letting Ollie still be here.
Yeah, we know that, but it's the same conversation.
They're not making mistakes week in, week out. They've been doing it for 8 freaking years, man.
Context matters, though. That's the same mistake. There's nothing new. It's not a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
So
it's the same
if
mistake.
I make the same mistake over and over, it's okay. All right, cool, innit?
I never said it was okay. I never said that. I said, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to the words that I'm using here. I said, it's the same. There's nothing new to talk about. We know Ollie's still here because of them. But if we're talking about it now, if we talk, it's the 13th. If we talk about on the 20th, the 27th of the month, it's the same conversation. What I'm saying is we see Ollie make multiple mistakes on a weekly basis because there's a game every 3 or 4 days. That's why.
Why does
he makes more mistakes than them? Why would you mean? Why does that matter?
How does he make more mistakes than them?
He definitely makes more mistakes than them on a weekly basis. Definitely.
On a weekly basis.
On a weekly basis.
Them mans are the ones keeping him here on a weekly basis. Them men are the ones who have been here for 8 years and been failing. How's that failing? How's Ollie failing more than they are?
No, on a week. Listen to what I'm saying. On a weekly basis. Listen to what I'm saying. On a weekly basis, yes, because we see him make errors on a weekly basis, on a game by game basis.
I'm not saying that he doesn't
all the time.
I'm not saying that he doesn't.
I'm not saying that he doesn't. I'm not saying they don't make mistakes. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying Ollie's is more glaring because he's in the public eye all the time.
Yes,
he's on camera all the time.
Well, I'm telling you to put the sunglasses on, get the shades on to get away from the glare and look directly into the sun, my brother.
I'm already said I'm Glazers and Woodward out though. I've said this already. But that doesn't mean Ollie doesn't deserve smoke. You don't want Ollie to get smoked. That's what it is.
No, Ollie! Smoke Ollie, bro!
You don't want him to get smoked. You don't want him to get smoked. You don't want him to get smoked, fam.
Ollie, you can smoke Ollie. I've already said, I don't care if you don't want him in. You can freaking smoke Ollie. Smoking all you.
Are you Ollie out?
Ollie out. I'm Ollie, I don't bloody care, bro. Because I care about them.
So that means you're not Ollie out then, innit? You know what I'm saying?
What does that even mean?
You're Ollie in, innit? That's what that means.
No, not Ollie in.
So why are you then?
You're flawless. Do you not understand what I'm saying?
Let me ask you. If you could sack him tomorrow,
would I care?
No. If you could sack him tomorrow, would you?
Yes.
Okay. So when I asked you if you're Ollie out, how come you haven't answered?
I'm not Ollie out because that means I'm picking a side of I'm focusing on Ollie. I'm not focusing on freaking Ollie.
Nah, it's not a question of focusing on that.
Yes,
if I asked you, no. Because if I asked you if you could sack Glazers or Woodward tomorrow, you'd sack them.
Let me ask him a question because I've listened to what you're both saying, right? I've tried to ask him a question a few times.
Yeah, right, sorry, my bad.
No, it's fine. Flawless made a good point regarding the Glazers being here since 2005, right? Okay, so we had success. Obviously, of course, it means Ollie going to slow shots. Not Ollie, sorry, we had Zach Ferguson and David Gill, as people suggested. My question to you is, KJ, and everyone else here, this is what other people, so I'm just playing devil's advocate. People are going to say, not Ollie, all the managers post-Fergie have had money to spend. So let's just say, I don't know how much they've had. People apparently it's $1 billion, apparently. So I'm just asking the question, KJ. I'm just saying for the other side, because I know people will be asking this question, so watch this. That Ollie has had money to spend. Other managers prior to Ollie have had money to spend. Do you not feel that the board, in somewhat, have done their role as a board, providing funds to some players? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
No, because if my son needs a kidney transplant and to rectify that, I spend money on a Ferrari, how am I helping him? Spending money is great, but spending money in the bad areas, in the wrong places, is not good. And that's what we do. We spend money in the wrong areas. Where has the money been spent to actually get an actual DOF who actually makes footballing decisions? No money's been spent for these two brothers. They've been in-house. For the new ones, no money's been spent there. Where's the money spent to fix our freaking roof in our own bloody stadium? All this, we spent money on Lukaku and Sanchez. It's all fallacy, it's all a lie, it's all a freaking distraction. money being spent does not equate to them doing a good job.
I agree with that, but in saying that, would you not say some of that, let's just say Lukaku you mentioned there, or Sanchez, let's just hypothetically say, right, the manager, we don't know in it, behind the scenes in it, but let's just say hypothetically, the manager wanted those individual players. I'm sure he wanted Lukaku and Sanchez, but anyways, I'm assuming they've got a couple of players they don't want, but overall, they've signed the players that they want, the managers. The board has said, look, he is XYZ money for Lukaku, he's XYZ money for Maguire, he's XYZ money for Wan-Bissaka. They've got the players they wanted. Who does the blame that there? Because
he's the issue with the argument. When people say the manager has XYZ money to spend on X player, no, they haven't, because they have not been the ones to go over and negotiate for that player. Managers don't get a key. They don't get, oh, this is how much we're getting. Go spend that how you want. No, the managers say what players they want, and then they go and negotiate prices. They're the ones spending too much money on players. They are the ones spending too much money on wages.
Let me just make it clear what I'm asking you here. So let's say I'm the manager, Let's say I'm the manager, for example. Let's say I want Jadon Sancho, Declan Rice, and I don't know. Let's just say Koundé work for argument's sake. And to say I want them 3 players, they sign me them 3 players, right? For what, which has happened in the past with Jose Mourinho. He wants a Pogba, he got Pogba. He wants a Mkhitaryan, got Mkhitaryan. He wants a Zlatan.
Did he really want them though?
He didn't want
Pogba was a deal that was being worked on from when Van Gaal was in there, so he was coming anyway.
Pogba's world class anyway. All right. Anyways, let's just say he wants these players in it. They come in. Pogba's world class anyway, so any team would take him. So he's irrelevant whether he wants them or not. But the point is, let's just say I get the players I want. I know Oli hasn't got Sancho and a couple of other players he wouldn't want, but let's just say he gets the bulk of the players he wants. Surely some of the blame has to lie with the manager if he doesn't turn the players that he gets into
My
quality.
point is exactly.
And where have I ever said? Where have I ever said you cannot blame the manager? Of course, you have to blame the manager when they get the tools that they want and need to become successful and they don't make it work. Of course the blame goes there. But the issue is we're not doing that at Manchester United.
You don't think at all?
Managers,
wait. Under Oli, you don't think at all?
No. I'm not saying at all. But I'm saying on a constant basis. On a constant basis, our managers don't get that. For what they need to progress, you can't just buy one summer, get everything the manager needs, and then when the next summer comes and when they need more, be like, but you got it in the first summer, you should win the league. That makes no freaking sense. It don't work like that. So when our managers go into year 2, year 3, and needing X player, Y player to progress the team, and they're not getting it, the board are the ones who have to get looked at every single time.
No, the
people
board
say, but Mourinho spent money on Fred.
No, the board does have to get looked at. I agree with that. Yes, the board needs to be looked at. But it still comes down to get the most out of the resources you have as well. In addition to that, yeah.
Cool, innit?
That's all I'm asking for.
As I said, if you want me to say Ollie's crap, he needs to go. He doesn't deserve to be here.
I know you're Ollie in from the 5 minute. It's cool, man.
I'm not. Oh my days, flawless. You're not freaking understanding.
I'm joking. I know you're.
I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. I'm sorry, flawless. I'm not in the freaking mood right now.
I'm an asshole. Sorry.
When it comes to these pagans, listen. If this was a different topic, I'll be laughing with you because it's a joke. But when it comes to these idiots, bruv, these pagans running our football club, that wallad running our football club, I can't be joking around no more.
I get what you're saying. But you know what? On the flip side of that, what I think it could do, and this is if we do get a better manager in, and then he absolutely maximizes what he has, and we still fall short, and more fans might look at it and go, right, we were 6 points off the top of the we were 6 points off the top of the league.
Yeah, that's it's happened before.
No, we were like 19 off. We were like 19 points off the top. Jose got backed. He just didn't get backed fully, but Mourinho wasn't good enough for that.
He didn't get back that summer.
Yeah, he didn't get back that summer.
He got Fred and Lee Grant. Like, come on.
And the low. You got 3 signings, bro. Fred, you have to finish the second.
I hear that, but at that point, it's kind of like utilize what we would. Even though we finished second, we're miles off. We're 20 points off. We're miles off. We're not close. My point is back to my original point where I was going. If we do bring a new manager in, he maximizes what we have. We're 6 points off the top of the league. Then it might make more fans go, look, rah. If our board would have actually backed the manager properly, we might.
Why does it have to get to that point? Why does it have to be that? Why can't fans just be like, oh, we just need to move forward anyway.
Yo, because you know what, KJ, you talk to as many fans as I do. You know fans are idiots. You know what I'm saying? That's why. You know this, you acting like you don't know.
We're moving like one, my brother.
You know
why?
Hey,
now he's got jokes. You got some jokes now, innit? Now he's all right now, innit?
He's happy now. He's happy now. Listen, let's move away from this topic. Let's get on to
my head gets hot. Sorry, people.
Cool, man. Come on.
Cool, man. It's all good.
I think me, Jerry, and Koji enjoyed that. But let's talk about the injury crisis. Yeah. So the question I posed on Twitter, I didn't get much great feedback. Most people calling me an idiot or whatnot. It's I didn't think. But basically, what I'm saying is, surely now Ollie has to show what he's made of in terms of, there's a lot of players injured. It's a difficult situation. I have to give him somewhat benefit of the doubt because the players that are injured is ridiculous. Obviously, no Rashford, no Martial, no Cavani, front three, no Pogba. I'm not going to say Van der Beek because he doesn't play over Fred, which still blows my mind. So that front four obviously is missing. Kojo, how did you maximise his squad against a very difficult West Ham team come tomorrow? How important is it that he shows what he's about? Because this game tomorrow, if he does get a result and wins the game, then he deserves huge credit with what he's got at his disposal.
Yeah, I think what it is we know many teams get injuries, isn't it? Obviously, Liverpool are, oh my days. I know Liverpool are like an example of having major injuries. So you're asking what's Klopp going to do with it. I think with Ole, the situation is this. We have our injuries piled in bit by bit. So sometimes
sorry to cut you off. That's a great point there, isn't it? Which manager gets every player they want? That's my point exactly. And bear in mind, I'm just saying this equally. I want everybody good. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody's good enough for long-term success. Press the reset button on the whole entire club and go again. Go on. Sorry.
So I think with injuries, I think it's about adapting because there's not my issue with management and sometimes players these days is a lot of managers, a lot of players don't know how to adapt to situations. They play the same tactics, the same style with different players that can't fit into it. Move players around and expect the same results. Football don't work like that. Ain't gonna happen. I think we're all here from the class of the old school where our managers had plan A, and plan B. You know what I mean? Rather than just plan A and that's that. So with Ole, what I would hope is that look, if he says, all right, I'm missing maybe 3 midfielders and I haven't got 2 strikers tomorrow. How am I going to make a change here? Am I going to play Bruno as a false 9? Am I going to, because I know he likes to score goals. He's probably our best. He's our best goal scorer in the club at the moment. Am I going to give a youngster start? Am I going to give a Diallo going to get his first game? Maybe make him a bit of a difference maker. Let's see what I'm going to do. You just have to make these changes because injuries come and go all the time. And it's about how you adapt to the situation. So you got West Ham now. You know about the aerial prowess. Cresswell's whipping balls in for fun this year. Antonio's been a bully in front of goal, and he's scoring nice goals as well. Lingard's not playing, thank God for that, because Lingard's hit ridiculous form. Yeah. So you just have to approach the game, for me, in a different way. Try and find a different way to beat West Ham, because West Ham are not easy. It's not the same West Ham that we knew time ago that just blew bubbles and did nothing else. You know what I mean? So I would hope that he can make some changes to the way he approaches the game. One thing we cannot focus on is doing counter-attack against West Ham. We need to just focus on just destroying them, getting some early goals in and all that. So deal with the injuries.
Who's going to score early for us, Coach? Because me and Jerry did the preview yesterday, West Ham Fan TV lads, and we just said the polar opposite of what you just said there. We said, part the balls and hope we get one. Greenwood gets one chance on the break and scores.
Not going to lie to you, I would not recommend that course of action because when Man United park the bus, we still get slumped anyway.
Yeah, true.
I'm not trying to even hear that. Okay. You need to listen. Man United are a better side than West Ham United Football Club. So I'm not trying to hear.
Was Fred and McTominay in the midfield?
Bruv, I mean, okay, that's true. That's true. Those two.
Diallo, Greenwood, and James up top. Are you sure?
I'm still saying Manchester United on paper are a better side than West Ham. I don't know. I understand with the injuries and the players we have available, it might be a different situation. I understand that, but the expectation is that Manchester United beat West Ham. I know about the circumstance and all that. Me personally, I ain't trying to hear that. Manchester United should be beating West Ham, especially if you're serious about making sure that your place in the top 4 is solid. So you need to find a way to win the game. That's as simple as it gets. If it is park the bus for 90 minutes, we get a counter attack. We just lock the ball forward, and Daniel James does meep, starts running, and then does a square A and B to, I don't know, Greenwood is goal. I'm going to celebrate. But if it's us also dominating from the first minute, getting an early goal, controlling the game a little bit, getting the second, and then going from there, I also celebrate that. I don't know how we're going to push.
Coach, I'm sorry, but how on earth are we going to control this game with Fred and McTominay? I can't overemphasize that.
Bro, they are professional footballers. It's time for them to learn. It's time for them to learn. No. I understand. They're trash. I get it. Trust me, I'm with you. I criticize them here week in and week out. But they need to learn. Because if they can't learn how to control a game or even put 5 passes together as a midfield duo, then they shouldn't be here. That's the whole point. You know what I mean? I don't like Fred. You don't rate Fred. Jerry, do you rate Fred? Flawless. Do you rate Fred?
He's decent. He's not as bad as people make out. He's alright.
KJ, is Fred decent?
He's decent.
He's high right now. He's highly frustrating, and I want to slap him. I will say that.
Listen,
he's
decent.
Time to learn.
Offensively.
He's okay.
All right, listen. Let's bring some of those lads in. Obviously, you've heard what Cole just said. I completely don't understand how we're going to control this game. I don't see how that is even a theory of happening. We have got a couple of comments regarding Diallo obviously scoring. I know KJ is a huge fan. Scoring, to be fair, which was a top quality goal as well. It wasn't a normal debut goal. That was off the upper echelon of technique. Great run. And he had no right to score that, really, given his height, and obviously he was in net as well. Jerry, what do you reckon? Do you think Diallo, well, first and foremost, would you start Diallo? And secondly, could he potentially be someone that makes a difference, given they don't know much about the guy?
Right. You see the team we have now? I'm even thinking about the bench we will have on tomorrow, yeah.
We haven't got a bench, brother.
Bruv, like, there'll be no attackers. There'll be, except for Shoretiri if he's on the bench. Yeah, tomorrow I can't lie. I'm nervous, fam. I'm thinking, does he? Yeah, he has to change something. We can't play the same way that we've been playing with these players. Like, maybe change the formation, play 3 at the back, maybe, or like. Just, for me, it's a must not lose game. Like, I know we're United, we go to game to win, but I'll take a draw. I can't lie. I'll take a draw right now because West Ham. Do you remember the FA Cup match we had with them a couple of weeks ago? That was the deadest game I've ever seen. And then it took us McTominay. Was it McTominay that scored? Yeah,
McTominay.
Yeah, that game was dire to watch, and I think it's going to be more of the same. Actually, we might be at a disadvantage with the injury we have. So for me, I think it's a Bruno pen and inshallah, as you say, I just hopefully see the game out. But even then, every last 10 minutes, there's panic stations at United. Maguire jumps so deep, and is the hair back? What does he do with the goalkeeper stuff?
He's not back yet. He's not.
I understand has to play this game regardless. At least he comes and catches the ball, man. Come on, man. Against a set piece specialist team, he can't play there, man.
We're not going to see the set piece against AC Milan.
Exactly.
He can't come and catch that.
Hey, Kojo, that's the Glazers' fault, innit? You know what I'm saying? Go on, carry on.
It is.
Glazers' fault, innit? Everything Jerry just said there about the football being bad and all, Glazers' fault and that. But go on, carry on, innit? I digress, innit? That's the Glazers' fault. I can't blame. Wait. I can't blame the football on the manager.
No, you can. He's like you say, flawless. Everyone needs to go. Everyone's equally to blame. like you say, my friend.
How's that only sport? Henderson made the mistake.
No, Henderson made the mistake. That's not the question I asked. I said, is the manager to blame for the football we play? That's what I'm asking.
I said the players as well.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I was just making sure in it. All right, cool. I was just making sure in it.
Nah, but you guys say maximize this team. I think we overrate our players. They're not that good.
I think the manager makes us. To me, I think the manager makes people underestimate.
Manager just come in and we ain't finishing higher than.
I don't agree with you. I don't agree.
You think we're winning the league with these players? There's no way.
No, I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying winning the league.
But Jerry. We can get more out of this squad. We're currently here, yeah. People say Ollie can get more out of this squad. People think if a new manager came in or Ollie was good, what extra we would get is up here.
Whoa,
It's
not that high.
That's where it is. That's what it is. This is
Nah.
where it is. That's the extra, bro. That is the extra.
No, what it is, I'm just saying we should be in the race. We should be closer to City than what we are when you look at the silly points we've dropped.
No,
a million percent.
we should. Points we dropped. Yes, it's criminal.
We've dropped. So you telling me you telling me we ain't dropped silly points?
But then everyone says, it's a false position. We shouldn't be here. So
No, I'm not saying about the false position. I'm saying I think we have a squad that's good enough to be in the race. I 100% do.
Bro, we don't.
All right, okay. So have we dropped silly points? I know I'm 1-0 up in that. It's calm, big run. I already know big run.
Even the games we've won, it's been by one goal, individual brilliance. Like we don't deserve
Because we are
in a race.
But that's my point. Because that's my point. You get me? With a better man, we are in the. You just said it there.
Let me add to you.
Sorry, this can keep going in it.
Because I
think these players get away with murder.
No. We're not.
Jerry, thank you.
No, have the players. Do the players need to stand up? Yes, 100%. I'm not saying the players are at their maximum, but like Oli, the players are at the maximum.
Who's good? Tell me who's good.
The players are at the maximum. The players are at the maximum.
Bruno midfield.
Yeah.
Which is 2 of the top 3 in the league. You tell me they're not the top 3 in the league.
Who is it? Wait, what?
Pogba and Bruno and telling the midfielders are 2 of the top 3 in the league.
Who else?
De Bruyne, Pogba, and Bruno.
No. Who else with our team? Who's good?
Okay, then we got Rashford, who's meant to be.
Why you don't even like Rashford?
But listen, listen. Are you gonna listen or what?
Okay.
Fucking hell! Come on, Jerry. Right,
I'll
give you an example.
I feel like I've started saying my bad. Sorry,
No,
my apologies.
No. It's called Raheem Sterling, right? Jerry's just in my ear. Raheem Sterling, before he went to Man City, was a good player with top level coaching. Again, I know Pep is a flipping anomaly, so I'm not saying, but with the coaching of Pep Guardiola, he's become world class. Okay, because of the coaching.
And him.
Yes, it's a mix. It's a mix of
Guys,
who's
in charge of selecting coaches? Who's in charge of the ones who he selects the coaching staff? Who's in charge who gets the managers? I'm just asking, who is the ones who pick all of them, man? Then who are the ones who hire them all? I'm just asking you.
You're spot, KJ. You are spot on in what you're saying in regards to this. You're spot on, but that still doesn't excuse your guy Oli though for, like I said before.
Who's excusing him? He's excusing him. Listen, you're rattling, bro. I'm here to be rattled. I'm in the mood to be rattled. You hear me? I'm Skittles FC right now.
Apologies.
That's what I am. I'm ready to be rattled, fam. I'm in the mood.
But back to the original point where I was going with this. I'm saying. What I'm saying is we should be closer to. When you look at the silly points we've dropped, we should be closer to Manchester City. I'm not saying we should win the league, no. But we've dropped, I think it's at least 9 silly points. If you add 9 points onto our total, we're not that far off. We should be closer to them, is what I'm saying. I'm saying we should be competing. All I'm saying, I'm asking my team to compete.
That's ifs and buts. I think everything can say that.
Compete.
All right, one sec. Jerry. Have we not dropped silly points? Have we not dropped silly points?
Let me just land on this point.
You man go defend this guy to the hills.
I'm not defending him. But I'm just saying, it's not all
that's a defense.
I'm sorry, Usmaan, because man, look at our defense. Our defense is full of rubbish. Wan-Bissaka trash. Maguire trash.
You signed him. You signed him.
Who signed him?
What you think? Maguire was supposed to come last year. What you think? That's Oli.
We did it. So you don't think it's Oli? You don't think Oli signed Maguire and then made him captain? So wait. Manchester United signed a player that he didn't want and then he made him captain. That don't make sense.
That's not Oli. Why is he captain? He's fucking.
That don't make sense.
That one
doesn't make sense. Maguire did all this mistake because he's the captain.
Ali didn't tell him to sign him for 80 million.
No. We're not talking about the price. No. We're not talking about the price. If you're a manager of a football club and the board signs a player you do not want, if you don't want that player, you don't make him captain. That goes to show you.
Ali wanted Maguire.
So that's back to the point.
It's 80 million though. I'm sure it's 80 million.
Yeah, that's not his fault. That's not his fault for the 80 million. My point is, Jerry saying our defense is bad. Our manager has signed 3 of a back 4, and our defense is our worst part of our team. That's on the manager. That's on the manager. He signed the left back, he signed the right back, he signed the centre back.
Shaw don't start. I mean, Shaw's the starter.
Yeah, Shaw's the start. But what I'm saying is that's on the manager. He signed 3 of a back 4. and the worst part of our team is our defense. That's on the manager. Hold this man accountable. The same way you want us to hold Glazers accountable, and I do hold the manager accountable.
You're right, Flores. Ollie is crap. He's the worst manager in the world, and we need to get rid of him.
Why don't I believe you? That smells like sarcasm.
No.
I don't believe you.
If that is the truth you want to hear, there is the truth I'm giving you. There you go, my brother.
I don't want to hear it. It's just you. I know.
Listen,
and then you say, why do I sound Ollie in? But go on.
One sec.
Go, my bad. I'm going to mute myself.
No. Just to answer what Jerry was saying, and I'm going to pass it to Kojo, because everyone in the chat is saying, someone said Usmaan lost the dressing room, which is great. I'm going to put that as someone said, what is Kojo's views on the matter? Right. The point I was making, and I know Flores is making the same point, with an elite coach, the players, i.e. the ceiling of the players would be higher because he'll get better, more from the players, as Fergie did with the likes of Gibson, Cleverley, the list that you know what Fergie did, yeah?
I want more. What, to win the league?
Ollie's not going
to win the league
with them players.
No, what? Is it to win the league? Is it to win the league?
But if we had Gibson and Cleverley under Ollie, they won't be the same Gibson and Cleverley.
No, but I'm asking you, say to maximize.
That's the point.
Maximize to do what?
Ollie can't maximize because he's not a coach. The coach.
Wait, but maximize to do what though? To win the league?
But that's his fault. He brought.
Wait, I'm just saying. So you think another coach will come in and bro, let me just ask this question. You think another manager is going to come in with this team and win the league? There's no way. No, that's what you're saying. Bro, these players are crap.
The players are nowhere near their ceiling, brother.
What ceiling? Who? Fred?
The ceiling. They're playing down here. Some of their ceilings are here, my brother. That's their ceilings.
He bought Maguire. So I'm not having the Maguire.
He did buy Maguire. For the players you're saying that, for the players who you're saying that they're crap, he signed him. This is Ollie. He signed him.
He could have bought Diaz. He bought fucking Maguire. That's on Ollie.
That's on Ollie.
Why is that going to? Why is that going to choose?
I
ain't gonna lie, I'm still laughing at Skills FC. That is great. That is great.
This team, no matter what manager, Fergie can come and we ain't winning this league. Marshall up front ain't winning no league. Rashford up front ain't winning no league, man. We need players.
Jerry,
we need players.
If Fergie's our manager, would the players be better? Yes or no?
Yeah, better to do what? They ain't winning the league.
I think. Wait. It depends. No.
Yes. They would.
I'm saying this. Let me respond. I'm gonna respond to that. Do we need additions to win the league? Yes. What I'm saying is, do we need additions? Yes. Is this team as bad as the manager has it looking? No. And I think a better manager with more, because Ollie's done it. I think Ollie's improved the squad massively. That's one thing I give him credit for. The way he's improved his squad for what he inherited is mad. When I look at our attacking options, it's crazy. When I look at our bench when everyone's fit, it's nuts. You know what I'm saying?
Better to get second, because right now, currently, we are second. I know you guys say it's false.
Yeah, Flawless
I never said it's false. I've never said it's false.
Flawless is right. Flawless is right. We do need a better coach to play better football and compete better. But who's in charge of doing that?
I knew that. Right, Kojo, let's get your thoughts. Obviously, you just be looking sexy in the background, but what are your thoughts on the matter? Obviously, it's quite evident that
Kojo pulled out the popcorn and that.
Jerry thinks
Scott and Fred are good. Oh gosh.
Would I even begin?
Scott comes tomorrow, Fred. I'm coming for your neck.
You know what he said?
If Scott comes tomorrow, I'm coming for your neck.
No, if he scores, wow, I don't care.
Yeah, he's world class tomorrow. Don't worry, it's so good. Anyways, Kojo, what you saying, G?
Oh, I don't even know where to begin. Oh my days, I've been enjoying firstly. Now you know what it is. End of the day, look, I think when it comes to elite coaches, you need players that can be coached. Some of these players are stuck in their ways; they will never ever get out of their nonsense. So that's where you weed out the trash and you bring in the quality. Because a lot of players said that haven't learned. And bro, bear in mind, some of these players have been here even before after Fergie as well. They've been here for time, Some of them have good experience at this club, and their level has gone from here to either here or down there. You know what I mean? So one way or another, it's about. I don't know if a better coach could probably know what to do with them more, but with their level come up, you might have to sacrifice a lot of things to make sure that you can get an overall better result. Of course, results are better. That's where you compare the manager and the Ollie, innit? But some of these players, regardless of who comes in, bruv. It could be Sir Ferguson, it could be Arsene Wenger, it could be Pep Guardiola, it could be Jesus Christ, it could be Vince McMahon, it could be any of these men.
But said Jesus Christ and Vince McMahon in the same sentence.
They ain't improving.
Vince McMahon has turned profit having some terrible WWE champions.
That's exactly why I said it. That's exactly why I said it. That's exactly why I said it. Because he's giving people world championships, ticking off them after a month later, and then sack them. Simple as that. And then when they leave, they do nothing. You see what I'm saying? So, but anyway, that's that in that regard. And as for the whole onus and everything, the Glazers have been stressing us since 2005. We know they deal with them, man. They don't need to kick. 100%. Woody Woodpecker has been causing us problems since 2005 as well because he helped bring them in. He needs to kick too. And if Ole cannot get the best out of the side, and I said this on Usmaan's show and I said it on other shows as well, you have been to 4 semi-finals. If you go to another semi-final and you keep losing, my brother, you can join Woody Woodpecker and get the hell out.
Oh, at least if we get knocked out next round by AC Milan.
Echo.
No, I think you got the show in the background. Someone else.
Hello?
Who's got a show on that? Who's watching themselves in it? That's how this show is entertaining. That's how entertaining show.
I don't think it's Cage actually.
I don't know who. Is it me?
I don't know.
Is it me? No,
I haven't got my mic today, so I know it's not me.
Yeah,
we good.
Carry on.
We back on, KJ. What you saying?
Oh, it's back. No, I was just saying, like, at least if we go out to AC Milan next week, at least that's not another semi-final we lost. Like that'll be ticked.
That's progress.
That is progress.
It's not a semi-final.
Progress, isn't it? It's not Ali's fault either. That's on the Glazers what's going on.
Yeah, it will be.
No, wait. What do you mean, bro? You're telling me Maguire missed that chance. That's because of Oli.
Who signed him? Who
Score the goal, fam.
I'm just clouded around in it.
I like you. That miss here.
That miss.
It was good defending. It was good defending, Jerry. At least he finally paid back his.
These players, fam. How are you missing that? How?
You know what? From all of this, I've got a question.
Yeah.
Because I don't care who needs to get sacrificed to get these pagans gone. They're getting sacrificed. Get onto that stake and get burned.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So, Flawless, Kojo, and Jerry and Usmaan.
Yeah.
In what order do you nail down to get to the pagans? That's all I want to know.
Who needs to go first for the thing to go down?
Yeah, for you guys to focus on the Glazers and that Malad. Who needs to go before? Who needs to get got first before you even start? Actually, now is my time to go after these pricks. You know what I mean? Just let me know your order.
KJ, I can't lie to you. I have been on Woodward's neck since day one. Glazers here or not, that guy is the first to go. He is number one to leave. Bruv, the job that David Gill has done, he destroyed it in 1 year. He killed it. In 1 year, he killed it. 1 year. Bring all the languages. I'll speak my language. Barco, bruv, all of them, yeah? All of them. 1 year, he messed it up. He's the first one that needs to leave. Because like you guys said, even with the Glazers, Ferguson had to suffer, David Gill had to suffer, but they brought success. Why? Because they have common sense. David Gill goes, this guy comes in, he says we're going to do Galactico. How successful were the Galacticos?
Wait, listen. Man said public and air. He said public. We're Manchester United. We can only do things that other clubs can dream of. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? And also, to top it off, to finish it off, man said, "Oh, we've got Bastion Schweinsteiger on the team." When people see that name on the team street, it's the shivers down their spine. Oh, damn Bastion, bruv.
KJ, that first statement, yeah. What followed after that statement? Bale? No. Cruz? No. Ronaldo? No. Fellaini?
Even worse, Fellaini for more money than we actually could have signed him for if we signed him a week ago with the release clause. You see what I mean?
You see?
So for everyone,
the guy.
For everyone who wants, okay, cool. You want Ollie to go first, cool. You want Pogba to go first, cool. I don't care. Just tell me your order so I can wait for it to happen so I can sign you up to the resistance, innit? So I can just sign your name there when it's done. Please, someone tell me.
Has anyone
That's what I
got
care
any
about.
different boat Woodward? Because I have mine's Woodward as well, actually.
Yeah, nah. I'm
And he
Woodward,
was
yeah.
what is it? So who do I want to go first? Is that what you're
Hey,
asking?
you want to go first?
Oh, there's no. I want them all gone. There's no order. I want them all gone at the same time. Man. It's not order things. They're all the
But clearly,
problem.
clearly there is though. Clearly there is because the energy you have for them and them and Ollie are two different energies, brother. They're not same. So clearly,
Okay,
there
I'm
is
gonna explain
order.
to you why. I'm gonna explain to you why my energy, even though
No,
when
no, I know
gone, is
why your
different.
energy's there.
No,
I know why
because
your
I've never
energy's
explained it
before.
because I'm here. Figure the reason why my energy is different is because I genuinely don't believe we can get. I think United are too much of a worldwide powerhouse for us to get rid of the Glazers. And that. The only way we get rid of the Glazers is if another billionaire comes in and says, "Here's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 billion." I don't
Boy,
believe.
Dangote.
You see, Dangote, I don't think there's anything we can do to get rid of the Glazers. I don't think there's anything we can do at all to get rid of Woodward. Do I genuinely believe if we apply enough pressure, we can get rid of this manager? Yes, 100%. We've seen managers get sacked in the past.
yeah,
I think if fans were in the stadium, I don't think he's there now. I don't think our
but
fans are
Flawless,
taking
no,
that.
No, he's still there. He's still there because he's getting top 4.
That's what I was about to say. He's getting.
I don't-
He's still
no,
there.
no, no.
It's still, if
I'm
you don't
saying-
believe that we have the power to do anything with the structure with Woodward and the Glazers,
I
then you
don't
don't have any power for the manager because they don't care. As you said,
Managers get sacked quite easy.
Managers will be different because we've sacked managers in the past.
Yeah, but look why we sacked them. Van Gaal didn't get top 4. Moyes didn't get top 4.
Wait, what?
You
Where
know,
did
Mourinho,
when Van
Mourinho.
Gaal won the FA Cup? What position did he finish?
Fifth.
He
He
finished
finished fifth.
I'm just remembering. I'm just asking. I can't remember.
Mourinho, he was not on course to get top 4. So
Okay.
they sacked him.
And I think that will happen to Ollie as well.
Revolves around top 4.
Top 4. And I think that will happen to Ollie as well.
So yes, but that means you have to wait until we're not in top 4 for it to happen.
This is what it is, isn't it? You gotta do what you gotta do. This is what it is.
So-
That's
so
not gonna
it's
stop me
not-
from talking. That's
Hey,
not gonna stop me from talking.
Mourinho got second place, and then he was told that Smalling is better than Alderweireld, so that's where we go from here, really and truly.
That's mad. That's mad.
Look,
That's
And
mad.
You just said
again,
it was
who are the ones who said that? Who are the ones who said that?
That's mad.
Woodward.
That's
Who are the ones
crazy.
who said that?
Yeah, we won them
That's what I
out.
want.
But yeah, and I'm full, like I said, I'm
Yeah,
glazing.
when Ollie
I'm good with
goes,
that. But
goes, are you going to be on their neck a bit more?
I'm on their neck as much as I can be. There's nothing more I can do because I'm saying, if I'm talking about the Glazers and Woodward, I'm saying the same thing on every stream, day in, day out, and that. Because they're not, they're making mistakes, but they're not making any new mistakes. And I'm normally when I'm on here, I'm reacting to matches, so I'm reacting to multiple mistakes Ollie's made, and I'm like, that's nothing on the board. The subs he made against AC Milan, that's not on the board.
So my
That's
only
just a
question
prime
is always
example.
this,
Go on.
if it's not a match reaction, we can't talk about him.
I never said we can't. I said my focus is going to be because in the title is called a match reaction. So I'm going to, and then eventually the conversation, every stream I'm on, the conversation always goes on to Woodward and the Glazers. But what I'm telling you is, it's never anything new because it's not a new mistake.
Yeah.
It's the same conversation me and you've had when we met 6 months ago. It's the same conversation.
I think this is the difference between us two. I'll have that same conversation every day of the freaking week until they
That's
go.
cool. And that's
I
cool.
will, but I will,
That's cool.
but
And I'm with you on that. You keep doing that. I'm like, I'm with that.
If this is the same mistake, it's gonna be. It has to be the same conversation. Well, otherwise, we don't say anything and they get away with.
No, but that's the difference between me and you. I will say something when it ties into it. So then when we're talking about the lack of investment in the squad, that's when we start talking about it. But I'm going to talk about him first. I'm talking first about, if I'm on a match reaction, I'm talking about Manchester United, the players and the manager and the coaches. Then we get onto the board and that. I don't start at the board.
But the thing is, that's what I start my match reactions too.
All
I do the same process.
So we do the same.
But
So we do a similar thing then.
But the Vim is different, and that's all. The Vim is different.
No, listen, we're gonna wrap it there because we're gonna be on this magic roundabout for a long time, I think. Listen, just want to finish with everyone's score predictions before we go. Listen, it's been an absolute quality show. Even Jerry's got right answer.
Nah, man, these players are dead, bro.
Coach, we'll start with you, bro. What's his competition? Let us know in the chat.
What did I say today? 2-2.
2-2. All right, okay. Jerry, we would have given us, but in case they didn't watch that, what's his competition?
Nah, I wasn't in that preview, you know.
Oh,
That was Darren.
Yeah.
Oh, why were you not there? I can't remember. Anyways, what's his competition?
Yeah, 1-0 West Ham.
Huh?
Yeah. I don't see us scoring.
I'm forever blowing bubbles, apparently.
Yeah, man.
All
East
right,
London. I'm
okay.
from East London. I like West Ham. Can't lie.
All right, fair enough, right? You get that West Ham shirt on tomorrow then. Flawless, you spoiled with that. What's this called?
supporting Glazers out, Woodward out movement. 2-1, 2-1 Manchester United.
You have to
That's
see
my prediction.
and last but not least, Kenya, what's the score prediction for tomorrow?
The score position will be Ollie out, obviously, no matter what the score, because that's the most important thing at the football club. Yeah.
You say you're Ollie in, fam. It's okay, man. It's all right, man.
That's the thing.
It's okay, man.
If I was, I would say with my chest because that's how I do my business, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about that.
All
the day
right,
Ollie
fam.
goes, it will be a good day. It will be.
Phenomenal day.
Phenomenal day. Then,
Phenomenal day.
you know?
Phenomenal day. The day
you
that
know it's
man
phenomenal
goes.
day because that's one less distraction away from the league. Let's go, man.
Phenomenal
Let's
day.
freaking
What's
go.
the
I cannot
score
wait.
prediction, Cage?
Score prediction. All right, listen, 1-0, cheeky 1-0, fam. Let's go.
Okay,
Come on,
I've gone for a 1-0 Man United as well. I said Mason Greenwood with a bit of magic, individual brilliance, clinical strike and all that good stuff. As I said at the start of the show, everyone's links are down below. Make sure you show love to all their streams, their content. Obviously, subscribe to their channel, drop a like on their content. As always, make sure you show love. You can follow me on Usmaan Talks United. I can't do what day of the week it is. Tomorrow, watch along and hopefully a match reaction after the game. Before we go, Kojo, tell the people about your socials.
Yeah.
You know, your platform's already in the description. So where can they find your socials, G?
Obviously here on Usmaan Talks United, also on Free Midfield on the podcast, Free Midfield podcast on YouTube, Free Midfield on Twitter, SoundCloud, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Come check us out.
Love to see it. Same question, Jerry.
Twitter handles on the screen and YouTube United Team Talk, and obviously on Usmaan Talks United regular.
Oh, Jerry sounds stressed.
Nah, man.
Say that again.
Where can they find you, brother?
Oh shit, my bad, innit? I was letting you get me Jerry finish his side and that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, people catch me on and that's me flawless on Twitter and Instagram. Also subscribe to Sarcasm City TV. We go live every day, people. So there's multiple shows, sports shows, non-sport shows. Just lock in. Oh yeah, From a Third Eye View on Pi Radio. That's every Monday, 7 p.m. Do a Premier League show. If you're in the Northwest, retune your DAB radio and you can catch it on there. Or make sure you lock into the Pi Radio, YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook. We go live across those platforms too.
Yes, happy days. And last but not least, KJ, where can they find you, brother?
They can find me on the Football Terrace all the time. That's where I mainly am. I have a show on there called Midnight Vibes. Happens at midnight. We just go there, have a good time. Everyone but Jerry's been on there, so Jerry will have to do a little link up soon.
I'm there, man.
Vibes, you know, enjoy having a good time. Resistance KJ ain't normally there. That's Captain of YGC KJ's there, and we have a good time there. You know
that's
what I'm
a
saying?
different guy completely.
different guy, my friend, different guy. So follow Football Terrace and Football Terrace clips. And also follow me at elite_KJ on Twitter, where you can find me spouting Ollie out all the time now. I've changed my views.
Never, man. That's your guy. Just say read your test. You don't have the energy from that you have for Woodward in that.
Everything in the club.
You don't have the energy for him,
as soon as he goes, we have to find. So, so you see me on my Ollie out and my resistance vibe. You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
Overcompensating. That's what he's doing, people. Go on, carry on, fam.
Hashtag Ollie out. Hashtag Glazers out. Hashtag Woodward out. Everyone
Let's go,
out.
fam. Let's go, man.
Yes, get the hashtags going, people. You love to see it, obviously. Show love to the podcast. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Back tomorrow with a watch along with Man United with 1-0. You love to see it. It's been your boy, Usmaan. Peace.